Hey everybody, welcome back to lesson 4 of the Growing in Trust Mentorship course. And today I'm going to talk to you about fortifying your inner world, which is really what trust is all about. When I trust my own self, I have a steady foundation that is internal to me. Nobody can take it from me. Then I'm able to give from that place. I always give what I have. I can't give you something that I don't have. If in the natural you came to me, you wanted $5. If I don't have $5, I can't give you $5. And the same is true of any other quality. If you need love, if you need respect, if you need to grow in trust, you can't give somebody what you don't have. And so it's really important to, again, do this work internally, because what's inside of you is what's going to flow out of you. One of the things that is definitely going to happen in life is you are going to be betrayed at some point, and potentially people could come against you and persecute you for one reason or another. And I want to talk about that really quick in this lesson, because it's important, again, to fortify your inner world, and that's really what this lesson is all about. When I know who I am, when I know whose I am, when I know what I'm here to do, the effects of people are going to be much less on me, right? And especially when I've taken time to make sure I'm setting up healthy relationships, godly relationships, I'm doing the work and the effort necessary internal for me to give it away to somebody in a healthy manner. When people come against me, I'm going to not be swayed one way or the other. In fact, I've named my mentorship course, my mentorship programs, Unmoved. I'm unmoved by all of this stuff going on around me. I don't care what you say about me. It doesn't have an influence on my identity. It doesn't impact my worth, my value. And I want all of you to get to that place. So I want you to really go through this course with the mindset of, I'm going to fortify my internal world. And I talk a lot about how to approach betrayal and persecution from an internal perspective. So first of all, is there truth in what they're saying? That's always what I do, at least, even if what they're saying is so outrageous. I just want to say, I don't know, is there something in me that they're calling out that I need to change? Second of all, I always take it to the Lord. Is there truth in this? Do I need to change something that they're pointing out to me right now? And second of all, I go deeply into Thanksgiving. I have found Thanksgiving, gratefulness, to be such an influential point for my life. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later on in this course. But once I started shifting my perspective to stop focusing on what I don't have, and I focused on what I did have, wow, my life changed. And I'm not just saying that, I'm telling you, it was within just a couple of days, even, I noticed such a huge difference in my own self. I started responding to people differently. I started just looking at everything that was going on differently. And I really want to encourage you that that is possible for you. I'm going to share my whole story regarding thankfulness in a little bit, a couple more lessons. But I started to be so grateful. I started to just focus on what I had. I started to spend more time in prayer. This is something that you have to do, especially when you are coming under attack and it seems like everybody is against you. Your friends have betrayed you, your family has left you, your church isn't sticking up for you, whatever it is. You feel like there's multiple waves of attacks. You've got to spend more time in prayer. You've got to spend more time digging your identity so that you are so firmly planted in who you are. You have got to invest that time. Sometimes you can resolve these things just by directly approaching them. Of course, we can't resolve conflict with another person without their involvement. So if they're not willing, then that's one thing. But I definitely think it should be approached. It should be tried. And if somebody is not willing to resolve the conflict with you, again, I think that's not your responsibility. I think you need to leave it in the hands of the Lord and you need to move on. For me, what I choose to do in almost every situation, unless there was severe abuse, which is a whole other issue, what I choose to do is leave a door open. So what I mean is, I say, I cannot have a relationship with you right now because of these reasons. However, I want a relationship with you. So if you ever get to the place where you're like, I want to change that, or you have a change of heart and you decide that it is worth investing time and energy into this relationship, please call me, please email me, because I want to reconcile this relationship. I just can't do it at the moment. This is an unhealthy situation for me to put myself into, and I'm not going to cause more damage to you or to myself by staying in this relationship. So I kind of very clearly state the fact that I want a relationship, but it can't be in the setting that it is now. It's not a healthy environment for either one of us. However, if in the future you want to work together, please tell me, because I'm going to be willing. That door is always going to be open. For me, that's just what I do. You don't have to do that, if that's not how you're feeling led. But I do want to encourage you to take a look and see, if you are constantly the one shutting the door on the relationship, how are you going to build? People are going to mess up. There's going to be issues that cause you pain when you're in a relationship of any kind. I'm outside, I love nature, but there are bugs out here. If you're in a relationship of any kind, there's going to be hurt. There's going to be hurt. And it's having the heart posture, again, that predetermined decision. Even if people hurt me, I'm not going to let that taint the entire picture of how I have about them. Again, unless there's cases of abuse or things like that where it's just not healthy to be in a relationship of any kind with that person. Unless it's at that level, or it's at some extreme level of betrayal, I'm going to leave the door open. I've made a predetermined choice, and in fact, I actually say it out loud every day. I set my will to say, even if somebody wrongs me, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to have grace with them. I'm going to make a way possible for reconciliation in that relationship to happen. Even if they don't want it, I'm going to say, this is still available to you. This is still available. It's possible for us to have a relationship, and this is the way, a healthy way. I lay it out for them, a healthy way for us to have a relationship. And so I've already decided that that's going to be something that I do with my relationships. Again, this is something that you can develop, you can grow. It depends on the season of life that you're in. Of course, it depends on where you're going in life. All of that has to be taken into account when you're setting this stuff up. But I want you to really look at where you are. How do you handle conflict? How do you handle disappointment in relationships? How do you handle betrayal? Are you quick to shout at them and call them names, shut the door, I'm never talking to you, I block them on all the social medias and on my phone and all of that? Or is there do you have a heart of reconciliation? We should all be carriers of the ministry of reconciliation. Whenever possible, we should be, as much as it depends on you, live at peace with everybody else. That's what the word says. And so I personally just want to make that possible. I want to have people in my life. I want to have people who are willing to grow in my life. And so if I never give the people opportunity to grow, if I just say like, you're horrible and I'm shutting the door on you, how have I helped them grow? So for me, for who I am personally, for my destiny, my purpose in life, I need to have that kind of heart. I need to have that kind of approach to life. And I'm always growing. We're always going to be growing in this, in establishing it and walking this kind of stuff out. But for me, that is a predetermined choice that I've made. So as you go through these exercises and the reflections at the end of this chapter, really take a look at where you are and reflect on this. See if there's something that needs to change. See if there's something that you could do better, that you could improve on. And then make a predetermined choice to see that done. Even if you have to say it every single day, start writing this stuff down so that when you wake up first thing in the morning, you're already saying, I plan to forgive anybody who wrongs me today. I'm going to forgive them. And anybody who hurts me, I'm going to try to have grace with them. I'm going to make a way. I'm going to leave the door open for them to walk through it if they choose to, for reconciliation to come. And so when you start making predetermined choices like this, it really starts to change your mindset. You really can take a step back into your spirit. You don't need to react out of your flesh or out of your soul. You can just take a step back and look at each situation and have a more clear picture, a bigger view of what's happening. And this is something that is going to benefit you in so many more ways than just establishing trust in relationships. So that concludes this lesson, and I will see you for lesson 5.